Sammy was in school, and his Rebbe was reviewing the laws pertaining to Yom Kippur, Erev Yom Kippur. And Sammy's Rebbe began by talking about the concept of kaparos. He said, Talmidim, I want you to know that there's a minhag that Jewish people have, that Klal Yisrael has, to shlug kaparos. Avram will raise his hand. Ooh, Rebbe. Yes. What does shlug mean? I remember Rebbe said in Gemara, in the Gemara class, that you shlug up someone in the Gemara. What does it mean, you shlug him up? Doesn't it mean to hit him or something? Well, it kind of does, but shlug also can mean to swing. You swing it, you move it in a certain kind of way. So slugging it up is like you swing it, you throw it away, like this kind of movement. So anyway, we shlug kaparos. Rebbe, yes, Sammy. They're too heavy. Who's too heavy? Coppers. Coppers? Yeah, Rebbe said you shlug coppers. And I read in a book, I don't remember the name of the book, but it was talking and it said that coppers is one of the words that means policeman in like English or something, in England maybe. And they say coppers, it means policeman. You know, we call it cop for sure, but I think in England they say coppers, and they're very heavy. Policemen are very heavy to slug, and I don't think if I went up to a policeman to slug him, not to slug him, if I went up to a policeman, can I pick you up by your feet and wave you around or something? I don't think they'd like that. No. Were you listening, Sammy? Rebbe's getting upset. It's a serious tshuva. Sammy, don't be chutzpahdik. You don't talk like that to your Rebbe. I'm sorry, Rebbe, but is it possible maybe that I'm just asking a question? Okay. The answer is we don't slug anybody, and we shlug kaparos, not kapers. Okay. What are kaparos? Fine. Kaparos is the minhag to take a chicken or to take money and you swing them around. Oh, so I can use my brother, Sammy. No, it's true. You see, Ellie, he is such a chicken. You know, the other day, we were in the living room, and there was an ant crawling across the floor, and he started to scream and holler. He had to run out of the living room. He's such a chicken. So I can use him, right? No. A chicken, like a bok, bok, bok. Could Rebbe do that again? That was so cool. Right. Anyway, use a chicken or money. Some people use money for kaparos. And he's allowed to do that. He's allowed to use the chicken or the money for kaparos. And what you're doing is you're making an exchange. You're basically saying, I want this to be an exchange for my averos. So to speak, I'm exchanging my averos that I have onto this chicken, or putting the averos, so to speak, onto this money. And then we take the chicken and we take the money and we give it to poor people. Yes, so Rebbe, perfect. I'll use Ellie, and then I'll have an extra bedroom in my house because, and I'll be able to have my own bedroom because Ellie won't be in our house anymore because we'll give him to a poor person. And you can't use your brother, but he's chicken. He's not chicken. He may be scared of things, but he's not chicken. And anyway, you don't really, you know what? Talk to your parents about it. Oh. Okay. So just to demonstrate, I'm going to take some money here out of my little thing here. I have a lot of money here. Let me grab some money from down here. Here we go. And people use different amounts of money for kaparos. Some people use 18 cents. Some people use $18. And yes, Yekusil, my father once used $1,800. Wow, that's a lot of money. For kaparos, he used $1,800? Yeah, something like that. You see, he was speeding. He was going like 115 miles an hour down the highway, and the policeman gave him a ticket. And he said afterwards, "No, zolzaina kaparos." No, that's not what that means. Zolzaina kapara means it should be an atonement for my sins. But he, whatever. It's different. It's not kaparos. All right, whatever. The kapara, no, but that's a good point. Kapara, when we say kapara about chickens, we're not talking about forgiveness. That's not what kapara means. The word kapara in the words like kaparos means exchange. That's what the word means. It's not forgiveness. It's not like Yom Kippur. It's a different word. Maybe they have a little bit to do with each other, but it's a word of exchange. I'm exchanging the chicken for something. Yes, Sammy. So let's say I don't like my supper tonight when I get home. Could I exchange it for something else and do my mitzvah of kaparos that way? Because I'm making an exchange? No. That's actually a good question. Oh, it was? Sorry. No, don't be sorry. I'm glad you asked a good question. But no. That's not. It's kaparos means exchanging. We're trading our sins onto this other thing for forgiveness. We're kind of like trading sins for forgiveness. It's an unusual concept. Okay, anyway, here. So here's the money. And the Rebbe showed the kids the money that he had, the little bit of money. And the Rebbe said, okay, here we go. What we do is, you take the money, and you say, Zeh chalifasi, Zeh tmurasi, Zeh kaparasi. Actually, go this way. I went backwards. And then you say, the kesef should go to tzedakah, and I should go to life. Okay, now what I want everyone to do is I'm going to come around and give everyone some money just to be a trial. If for some reason you don't do kaparas, this could be your kaparas. The Rebbe went around the room and he gave everyone some money, and everyone had their money on the table. Okay, now everyone pick up the money from the table. Oh, very good. Put it in your hands. Great. Now take the money with you, and ready, you're going to do the same thing I do and repeat after me. Here we go. Zeh chalifasi, zeh tmurasi, zeh hakesef yelech tzedakah. And he said this paragraph, and then he said, okay, we're going to do it again. Do it 3 times. Zeh kabarasi, zeh tmurasi, zeh. Okay, now the 3rd time. Zeh chalifasi, zeh. And Sammy's waving his hand so fast, flying in circles like a helicopter. And the next thing we knew, the money went flying across the classroom. Oops, Rebbe. Do I get a kapara now? My money went flying across the classroom. Now what do I do? Should I find an ani outside to bring him in to look for the money? Then he can play a game of hide and seek. He might like that, actually. No. You know what? We're gonna let the janitors find the money. Oh, you mean because they're poor, and that'll be giving tzedakah to the janitors? No. Hopefully they'll find the money and put it back on my desk, because that was my money. Oh, I'm sorry, Rebbe. Was that your salary for the day? No, Baruch Hashem, I make a little more than that. Yes, Baruch. Rebbe makes more than 10 cents a day? Baruch. Enough jokes. I wasn't joking, Rebbe. Baruch. I'm sorry, Rebbe, but I mean, my father. Baruch. Okay, Rebbe. Okay, I was just trying to be helpful. Now, as everyone knows, there's a mitzvah to eat on Erev Yom Kippur. Now, because there's a big mitzvah to eat on Erev Yom Kippur, people eat extra on Erev Yom Kippur. They go around all day, they find a little bit to eat, they maybe suck on a candy. I'm not sure if you get the mitzvah if you chew gum on Erev Yom Kippur, I'm not sure. Well then, Rebbe, don't call out please. Yes, Moshe. Then Rebbe, come in. Come in.
Come in.
Okay. Close the door, please. Yeah. Okay. A couple minutes. Then Rebbe, if we're allowed to if we're not allowed to eat gum to do the mitzvah of eating on Erev Yom Kippur, then we should be allowed to chew gum on Yom Kippur because it's not called eating.
That is actually a good point.
That's a good point, said the Rebbe to who?
Moshe.
To Moshe. Moshe, that's a good point, Moshe. However, you still can't do it. Why not? Because it's certainly not in the spirit of Yom Tov, of Yom Kippur, to chew gum. And in addition, the truth is, I'm not sure in halacha if there's a problem with it. I'm not sure. I don't know. You have to ask a posek about it. But okay, maybe it is. So, but I'm not sure. So I would not recommend doing it. All right. And of course, because there's a mitzvah to eat on Erev Yom Kippur, therefore there's a mitzvah to eat the Suda HaMafsekes. There's a mitzvah to eat the Suda HaMafsekes, which is the meal before Yom Kippur begins. And we eat the meal before Yom Kippur begins because we want to be full of energy to daven, full stomachs with energy to daven on Yom Kippur. But there's a problem. The Rabbanan were afraid that if you're eating the meal on Erev Yom Kippur before Yom Kippur, you might be so nervous, you might have a problem in your meal, and you might choke. Rebbe! Yes, Sammy? Who would choke on Erev Yom Kippur? I'm sorry? It's not Derech Eretz. Erev Yom Kippur is not a time for joking. Who's going to joke on Erev Yom Kippur? What's Rebbe talking about? But by the way, I do have a joke about Yom Kippur. What? I once heard this speech that the rabbi once said that, there was this, he was giving a speech about asking for forgiveness from your friends and also, of course, from your enemies. And there was this 175-year-old lady there, and she said she doesn't have any enemies. And the rabbi asked her, you don't have any enemies? And she said, nope, they all died. Sammy, we're not joking now. But it's not, it's not Erev Yom Kippur. Right, and we're not joking even now. So then we're not going to joke on Erev Yom Kippur, so what are the Chacham worried about us joking on Erev Yom Kippur? Not joking. Choking. Oi, Rebbe! Does Rebbe need Hatzalah? Quick, somebody fall on one! No, choking means where they're afraid you're going to be so nervous when you're eating that you're not going to eat properly and you're going to chasson choke. And then you wouldn't have said vidoy. A person might choke and not have said vidoy. I choke all the time. I never say vidoy. No, Sammy, a person chasson might choke to death. I never heard a person laughing that hard. Not laughing! Joke! Not joking, choking! Oh, to death? That's gross. Dead body in the house? Okay. So because you might choke to death, does anyone know what the Chacham said to do? Yes, Avram. Very good. Avram has the correct answer. Not choking. Because they were afraid you're going to choke, therefore they said you say vidoy in mincha time. You say vidoy in mincha time. Before mincha begins, during mincha, during Shemona Esrei, you say vidoy. Okay, now, B'Mitzvah Hashem, we're going to talk a little bit about the fast of Yom Kippur. Rabbi, Sammy, we're in a rush. We have to go to recess. I know, Rabbi, but it's really important. I had a really big shaila. Could you ask your Rav? No, not today. I want to ask the Rabbi. Please, please, please. All right, Bakram, well, here's Sammy's question. I'll give him an answer, and then we'll go to recess, and maybe we'll continue after recess. We'll see. So, what's your question, Sammy? Rabbi, it's a really serious question. You know how you have to fast on Yom Kippur? Well, there's some things like hot dogs, hamburgers, and French fries. They're called fast food. Are you allowed to eat fast food on a fast? Because it's called fast food. Fast food, this means when you're supposed to eat it is on the fast day. Because it's really not so healthy to eat fast food because it's full of calories and full of oils and stuff. So maybe you're only supposed to eat it on fast. So could you eat fast food on fast days? Sammy? You may not eat fast foods on fast days. So then why do they call it fast food? I never saw it run anywhere. My French fries always stay in the plate, and my hot dogs, well, sometimes my hot dogs slip off because of ketchup. I guess they do go fast. They fall to the floor pretty fast. I guess maybe that's why they're called fast food. Does Rebbe know why they're called fast food? I actually don't know. But maybe, you know what? Maybe if you go home for homework, you can have extra credit if you come back and you let me know why they're called fast food. Really? Maybe ask your parents, maybe your Rav. Okay. So let me 1 second. Let me write this down. Why is it called fast food if you're not allowed to eat it on a fast? Oh, good question. You can ask your Rav that question too. Okay, and my Rebbe doesn't know the answer. No, I know the answer because it's still food. You're not allowed to eat food. My Rebbe says he knows the answer, but he really doesn't. No. My Rebbe's getting upset because he thinks he knows the answer, but he really doesn't, and he doesn't want me to write that he thinks he knows the answer, but he doesn't. Okay, fine. Take that to your Rav and ask him. My Rebbe says I can take I'm sorry. Okay, Rebbe, I'll take it to my Rav. All right, everyone else can go to recess, and Mr. Shah will continue after recess maybe.
Okay.